Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new video. This is part 6 of my Destiny lore series. It's a bit of a rhyming day because in part 6 we're going to be talking about Oryx. Boom, put that on a t-shirt. So, quick shout out to Kane Lore Seeker because our videos are pretty much intertwining now, because now I'll be talking about Oryx's origins, and his origins are pretty much in the Book of Sorrows, which is what Cain is in the middle of, or in the beginning of. I don't know, but since they got to the warm up, so yeah, this is gonna be a long one. Gonna take, I think, more than one video probably, but quick shout out to Kane Lorsico. Go subscribe to him. But yeah, so quick thing, I'm gonna try and pronounce this as properly as possible. Okay. Or Oryx, the Taken King, born Orash, and formerly known as Oryx, meaning long fought. If you don't understand, Oryx, the first time I said Oryx the Taken King was an O, and then Oryx was with an A-U. It's pretty hard to pronounce, but easy to read. So, born Orash, formerly known as Oryx, meaning Longfoot, is the current sovereign of the Osmium throne, the god king of the Hive, and master of the Taken. Reborn from the darkness itself through a wicked pact, the Oryx is the founder of the Hive race and the source of their terrible power. All of the Hive gods, he alone of all the Hive gods, he alone holds the power to bend other races to his will. Oryx is the father of the dreaded Crota, a deadly Hive prince who slew thousands of guardians during the Great Disaster. Enraged at the death of his son, Oryx traveled to the solar system aboard his dreadnought seeking revenge. So yeah, bit of description now, because I want to do this before. So a bit of biographical. He's a hive. He's the god king of the hive. The mission he's in is King's Fall, and his gender was formerly female, but it turned into male. Combat information: he uses the Willbreaker as his weapon, which I think the Willbreaker is like a sword. Yeah, it's a cleaver, is a sword, and he has several abilities. He has the ability to banish somebody to the darkness dimension, the do a darkness blast, doxology, which I don't even know what that is. Um, I would have to decipher the name from all my Latin knowledge, which I'm not gonna do that. Grasp of the King, King's Decree, and the ability to summon taken forces. So yeah, time for the biography, which is, I know from just reading that, is gonna take a million years to do. His origins is like this. Oryx the Taken King traces his origins to a gas giant named Fundament, where the proto-hive eked out a harsh existence on the floating continents comprised of the shards of their shattered homeworld. Oryx was born as Orash, a proto-hive female and one of the three surviving daughters of the Osmium King, ruler of the continent called the Osmium Court. Orash's sisters were, I'm gonna pronounce this like, you guys remember, what was the name of that movie? Let me just quick check here. The Gods Must Be Crazy. You ever seen that movie? I'm gonna pronounce it like the black guy in that. Kiro and Safona. Kiro. It's an X, but I pronounce it Kiro because shut up. Who together make up the final brood sired by the Osmium King. When the Osmium King was 10 years old, a lifetime of the proto-hive, he succumbed to senility madness, fearing an event called the Syzygy, Syzygy, yeah, that sounds good. Wherein Fundament's 52 moons would align and create a massive tidal wave that would destroy all of Fundament's civilizations. Taox, a sterile mother who served as a teacher to the king's daughters, feared the royal heirs were too weak to succeed the king and invited a royal rival kingdom the helium drinkers of the Helium Court to invade the Osmium Court, kill the royal family, and allow Taux to rule the Osmium Court as their regent. First off, helium drinkers sounds a little bit dangerous, but I'm gonna leave that at that. It's gonna be real cool, though. The helium drinkers invaded and slew the Osmium king, but Orash and her sisters, 2 years old at the time, escaped on a ship and vowed to return one day for their revenge. After a year of traveling the sea, the sisters salvaged an ancient high-tech ship called the Needle from the. Man, why do there have to be such complicated words in this? The sh the Shvubi Maelstrom. Kiro wanted to sell it at the Gaharn Atoll, atoll. Who's atoll? A gathering place of Fundament's many species in order to raise enough money to hire a mercenary army. But Orash wanted to take command of the ship. Zafona sided with Orash, goaded on by a worm that their father had kept. The worm had washed up on the Osmium Court's shores and was seemingly dead, but Zafona could hear it speak. The sisters spent the next 2 years reactivating the ship until Orash decided to use it to fulfill its intended purpose. She wanted to dive into Fundament's core in the hopes of learning a secret that would prevent the Syzygy. Syzygy. As they descended, the sisters encountered a vast creature called the Leviathan, a disciple of the Traveler. The Leviathan warned the sisters against proceeding further, telling them that they faced a choice between the sky and the deep, the light and the darkness, the way of life and the way of death. The sisters rejected the um, Leviathan, unable to accept that allowing their people to suffer was the better way, and instead decided to follow the worm Zafona had saved, which urged them to continue diving. Deep within the Fundament Ocean, the sisters encountered the worms, who drew their power from the darkness itself. Yule, the honest worm, Air, Kol, and and Akka, the virtuous worms. The worm gods claimed that they had lived and grown in Fundament's depths for millions of years, trapped by the Leviathan and the Traveler. They had called many species to Fundament, hoping one would be tenacious enough to find them. They offered Kiro, Zafona, and Orash immortality if they would allow themselves to be hosts to the worm's larvae, with the caveat that if the sisters ceased to obey their natures, Kiro's desire to test her strength, Zafona's cunning, or Rash's inquisitiveness, their worms would consume them. Furthermore, the stronger the sisters became, the greater their worms' appetites would be. The sisters accepted the pact. Kiro took the night form and became Sivu Araf. Zafona took the mother morph and became Zafafun, Savafun, and Orash took the king morph, transforming into a male and becoming Oryx, the king of the hive. Over the following years, the siblings returned to their people and spread the worms among them, creating the first hive, enabling them to first liberate the Osmium court, then drive Taux and the other fearful species of Fundament to Gaharn Atoll, and finally build spaceships and break free of Fundament entirely. So I can see it's nearly 10 minutes. I've only read about like 1/3 of the entire origin of the entire biography for Oryx, and plus he has a bunch of like extra stuff as well, like quotes and everything like that. But I'm gonna put that in the next video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Part two will be up sometime after this. I don't know. I'll probably upload this tomorrow, probably tonight, and then upload the next video tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, this is gonna be really fun. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice day.